The Status of Women and People of Color in the Elizabethan Era by Nancy Zhuang and Emily Vu.
The Elizabethan era took place in England, United Kingdom, from 1558 to 1603 in Queen Elizabeth's rule.
In this era, the men were most respected, while the women and people of color had a much lower status. This means that discrimination was very common around this era.
Number 1. The status of women in the Elizabethan era. Women were considered the weaker sex in comparison to the men. The men always had to watch over them. The female's husband, father, or brother were expected to watch over them.
It was a patriarchal society, which means it was a system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. Women had many restrictions of what they could and could not do. Women could not work in medicine as doctors, nurses, or surgeons, law as lawyers, judges, or in the jury, politics where they could not hold office or position in the government because these occupations were only for men.
Along with the impossibility of being in a field of law, medicine, or government, women also could not attend school. Royal women could receive at-home tutoring, but there were no schools for women in general.
Not only that, but women also couldn't participate in the government. Only men were allowed to vote, and women didn't have the power to veto against unfair laws.
Women in royal families were able to inherit their father's titles, just as how Henry VIII passed down his title to Queen Elizabeth I. However, common women did not inherit anything from their fathers, and their titles and belongings were passed down to their brothers instead. Women could only do housework or earn money as maids or cooks in preparation for marriage.
It is obvious now that men completely overpowered women. Any disobedience was considered a crime against their religion. The major religions in this era was Catholic and Protestant religions.
As stated in the Bible, woman in her greatest perfection was made to serve and obey men. This means that men were the head of the marriage and held the right to scold them, while women were to respect them.
Luckily, men were not allowed to physically harm their wives or they could face prosecution. However, the physical abuse of them was still common. Many works of literature explain how women were commonly captured if left unattended and sexually abused, such as the Rape of Lucrece by William Shakespeare.